Hey everybody, I'm Sam.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Will. And we are Working Title. We back.
Y'all, it is time. We are here for Death Note. This is episode 6, Unraveling.
That's the wrong show.
That just sucks.
The intro's really good.
Great intro though.
Guys, last on, what happened? Do we know?
All of the FBI agents have been. Light is seemingly in the clear, and L is officially meeting the 5 remaining detectives on the force that are willing to work with him.
Yes, sir.
Big.
And now we head forward, so make sure you slap that like button, hit the notification bell so that you can see when these videos show up. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more Death Note episodes. You can also get some early access right now, 1 to 2 weeks over on Patreon. We got some other Studio Ghibli movies you can check out over there. And most importantly, check out the show on Crunchyroll, Netflix, wherever you can get it, and then come back and watch your boys. We gonna punch you.
Wow! Unraveling. The episode. Wow. It'll stop.
Put those grippers away!
I am Al. This is him. He's nothing like I thought he'd be.
L. My name is L.
I'm Yagami of the NPA.
Matsuda.
I'm Aizawa. Mugi.
Aizawa.
I'm very sorry we're late. Currently, the 5 of us are...
Bang.
What the hell was that?
If I were Kira, you'd be dead, Mr. Soichiro Yagami, chief of the NPA.
Why did you
Kira
sound like
needs a
that, bro?
face and a name in order to commit murder. But I'm sure you've already figured that much out, haven't you? Please do not give out your name so carelessly. Instead, let's value our lives.
I knew that he needed a face to kill someone, but I don't remember any evidence that showed that he needed an
Let's value
There's
our
no way to
lives.
verify if this is related.
Please turn off all your cell phones, handhelds, and any other communication devices and leave them on the table right there.
What do you think, we're going to be using our cell phones during this meeting to leak information?
It's alright. Just do as he says.
I don't know why it's such a
I
big deal to
realize
you.
he's been cautious from the very beginning, but I still can't tell if he trusts us or not.
No, I just find them distracting. I can't stand it when people's cell phones are ringing while I'm trying to talk.
Bro, this guy is a
Let me start by
creature.
saying nobody takes notes on anything that's said in these meetings. That means when we leave headquarters, any information we need is committed to memory. Please make yourselves comfortable.
Don't make that a thing. Put your feet down. Fucking monster.
Oh god, he's weird. He's weird and silly.
I don't like his eyes looking so... He looks blind.
Excuse me, Al?
And
Or
from now
dead.
on, I'll have to ask that you stop calling me L. It's Ryuzaki now, just to be safe.
Okay, Ryuzaki. If we know that he needs a name and a face to kill, couldn't we cut down the number of victims by keeping criminals' names from the news?
If we do that, we'll only be putting the general public at risk.
The general public?
Why?
Kira is childish and he hates losing.
But how do you...
Just what do you mean?
Well, I'm also childish and I hate to lose. That's how I know.
That's how
Because he's me. Yeah.
Ryuzaki. Early on in the investigation, I tried to provoke Kira with that broadcast. Up until then, we thought that Kira would only go after criminals, but as we all witnessed, he didn't hesitate to kill my stand-in. Also, as soon as I said we knew he was in the Kanto region, in defiance, he made sure his next victims came from within Japan, as if to say, and what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
He's met each of my challenges head-on, and he's never missed an opportunity to return the favor. Now, what do you think would happen if we tried to use media restrictions to hide criminals from someone like that?
He'd just start killing more
I
people,
guess-
probably.
If you choose to withhold the names of your worst criminals, I'll kill petty criminals or the
Yeah.
innocent. I'm holding the whole world hostage, so who's it gonna be? I'm not the evil one here, but all those who oppose me by hiding criminals, you are truly evil. We know he needs a name and a face to kill, and to some extent he can control a victim's time of death and their actions before dying. We already know that much. Please keep that in mind and listen carefully to what I have to say next. On December 14th, 12 FBI investigators enter Japan. Using prison inmates, Kira conducts experiments manipulating his victims' actions before they die.
Yeah, so if
In
you're
other
already
words,
tested.
during this window of only 5 days,
Straw on
Kira
the
became
coffee
aware of the
table.
FBI's presence and obviously felt threatened.
And I succeeded in killing each one of them. It's
Damn.
practically impossible to guess which agent gave the file to Kira, but I have to make sure that no one ever finds out that I came into contact with Ray
What
Penblood.
this indicates is that Kira had to manipulate these lesser criminals in order to kill those FBI agents. He killed that many people so he'd be unable to tell the decoys from those who were actually used. Kira had to be one of the people being investigated by the FBI between the 14th and the 19th
Fuck.
of December. In fact, I have no doubt.
Traced it back.
So, does anyone have any questions?
Actually, Ryuzaki, I do have one question for you. And it pertains to what you said to us earlier about how you hate to lose. Does the fact that you've shown us your face mean that you've lost? By just being here, are you admitting defeat to Kira?
That's right. By showing my face to you now and by sacrificing the lives of 12 FBI agents, I have lost the battle. But I'm not going to lose the war.
Yeah,
This is
I
the
mean,
first
hey,
time
that's
I've
one
ever
way.
put my life on the line. I want to show Kira that we're all willing to risk our lives if that's what it takes.
Yes, sir.
And that justice will prevail no matter what.
I don't like that
Hopefully.
face. It's really scary.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
I like the sound of that. We can do this.
All right then, let's do this, Ryuzaki.
Yeah.
I
Team
had my doubts
Ryuzaki.
about whether it was really him at first, but there's no mistaking it. This man is L.
Things are going well. Just one clue. A single decisive factor is all I need.
Just one oversight. A single piece of evidence is all it would take. It could cost me my life.
Just one thing.
I love that these two are like the opposites of each other. The same but the opposite, or on the opposite team. And this girl's gonna be able to win the. She is the clue.
I am an Avenger.
The X Factor.
You already finished studying?
Why is he just standing
Bro,
over him?
fuck off, Ryuk.
I'll be fine.
Don't explode the
you're
house.
bringing a page. Planning to kill someone? No, but lately I've been bringing a page with me every time I go out, just in case.
What if you accidentally like think it's a different like page, like from a regular notebook?
Ray said that he was planning to go to Shinjuku. That same day, 4 people died of heart attacks in the Shinjuku area, and there was the bus jacking. There's no way it was a coincidence.
Fuck. I hate that I don't want Light to lose, but I want him to lose so
He can
bad.
kill in other ways. It doesn't have to be a heart attack.
I wonder if he's in a meeting right now.
Please, I need to speak directly with someone from the Special Investigation Task Force. It's urgent.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I can't help you. As I've told you already, there is no one at Task Force headquarters right now.
There's no one at headquarters? Dad's cell is turned off.
Ruh-roh.
What's going on?
Can't you contact them somehow? I have information relating to the Kira
Damn
investigation.
it.
The Kira investigation?
What's this woman's name?
Hi, I'm Detective Soichiro Yagami's son, Light Yagami. I brought my father a change of clothes, but it doesn't look like he's in. Can I leave them here?
Sure. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, Light.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What, you don't remember? You helped solve the insurance fraud murder investigation sometime last year. But hey, no one remembers the receptionist, do they?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with faces. I just need to sign my name on the form.
So, Light, does this mean you're going to be helping us with the Kira investigation too?
Sure, if all goes well, maybe I'll find Kira before Elle does.
Find him before Elle does.
As I thought, there's no one at headquarters. You're going to have to trust me on this, ma'am. I'll be
What?
sure to be there as soon as I see them.
Did he just say that?
That's not good enough. I have to tell them in person.
Excuse me. My father is actually in charge of the Kira investigation. If you'd like, I could pass your message on to him. His cell phone is off at the moment, but I should be able to contact him soon. A number of FBI agents were just killed, and a lot of detectives have quit the case because they're afraid of.
I feel like he's giving up too much
He's pretty
info.
busy right now.
Light, it's probably better if you don't discuss this with...
True, but
There you
it's
go.
practically common knowledge at this point. Besides, I feel like I can trust her. You can almost see it in her eyes. She's a wise and careful person. You heard about what happened.
Oh, like, look at his face right now, bro.
I hate this so much.
And that's why you
Looks
wanted
like a
to tell me in
frog.
person.
That's what I was saying. Looks like
Thought
a
this
frog.
Looks like Pepe.
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 Frog. I really trust her.
I'm sure my father will be calling me back once he checks his messages. When he does, I'll give you the phone and let you talk to him.
You sure that's all right?
Oh, yeah. You understand why I can't just give you my father's cell phone number, but I have no problem letting you use my phone to talk to him. You'll have to trust my father and I, which I hope won't be
Dude,
too
he is
difficult
so
for you.
daring. God.
Why is he so happy?
Thank you so much.
Because everything is going according to
She walked
plan.
right into that one, didn't she?
You must be pretty brave to be getting involved in the Kira case like this.
Oh, not really.
So according to you, is Kira some...
He's just there.
We've been talking and I just realized I don't even know your name. My name is Light Yagami. Light's written with the character for Moon and Yagami with the characters for Night and God. Kinda weird, huh?
My name's
Fucking
Shogomaki. It's written with the characters for Shining, Ko as in child, Space, and Ki as in tree.
Miss Maki, right? Miss Maki. I've been
I like
thinking
when
about
Ryuk
Kira's
starts to
powers.
realize some of the puzzle pieces that are
Yeah, he's
missing.
like, ah, this is what he's doing.
Before they die.
So do I. It's odd that you say that because that's exactly what I've been thinking. Kira's able to control their actions before he kills them, but there's more to it. If my analysis so far is correct, Kira can kill in a number of ways, not just with a heart attack.
She knows? Who is this woman?
A
I
problem.
don't think anyone
Yeah,
else knows
she's.
this yet.
We need to get her the fuck out of here.
Somebody that was a
You
miscalculation.
know, that possibility never even crossed my mind.
I'm almost positive that someone I know may have met Kira.
Met Kira? Wouldn't it be better if your friend spoke to them instead?
It probably would, but he's no longer alive. He was one of the 12 FBI agents who came to Japan to investigate.
Fuck me.
Red.
FBI agent.
Ray Pember. This fucker. Ray
You
Pember.
see, he was also my fiance. While he was working, he got caught up in a bus jacking, and I have reason to believe that he met Kira on that bus.
Poor Ray Pember.
Ray Pember.
Is something wrong?
Nothing. I'm sorry to hear that he passed away.
I'm an empath.
I'm an empath. There's a substance of wrong.
Because 8 days after that bus was hijacked, he died, along with the other FBI investigators. The same man had attempted to rob a bank 2 days before he hijacked that bus. Then he dies in an accident, just like that.
Light is not the only smart
Really,
person
what are
in
the
this
odds?
country.
Yes. Thankfully.
I've come to believe that...
Bro, look at him. He is on deep
Red
trying
eyes.
to bring him into contact with my fiancé. Anyway, what stands out to me is that the hijacker died in an accident. In other words, it suggests that heart attacks aren't the only way Kira can kill people.
She's sharing an awful lot.
Bro, look at him.
Just do a quick turnaround, surprise him. What?
I've been wondering about that bus jacking ever since my fiancé first told me about it. After he calmed down, I asked him for details. He didn't mention any names or anything like that, but he told me one thing.
What did he say?
That he'd been put in a situation where he had to show his FBI ID to someone.
Dude. Oh!
The operation was undertaken secretly without the NPA's knowledge. He
That
wasn't
sucks.
allowed to show his ID.
She doesn't know which one.
Whoever saw
was
his
tracking
ID
down.
that day is responsible for the deaths of all the agents.
Unbelievable. She figured it out. This must be the oversight Light was worried about.
Yep.
I understand. You're the only one who knows any of this, and you want nothing more than to avenge your fiancé by bringing Kira to justice, right? And now you're convinced that Kira can kill without using a heart attack.
Yes.
There's no doubt in my mind your deductive skills are excellent, but
They
you
are.
can't deny that you have a personal interest in the case. Still, your theory is worth looking into. That's for sure.
You should
Your
come work with
testimony
me.
could be central to the case.
Could.
If what you're telling me is true, then it'll only be a matter of time before the police catch up with Kira. The person your fiancé showed his ID to on the bus that day, it had to be Kira.
That's right.
Dude, why? Why is he on this? Oh, the blue.
versus the
Looks.
red.
This woman. If she'd spoken to the police before I met her. But it seems there's a god on my side after all.
How's he flying?
And not just a god of death.
Dang, dude. Golly.
That's episode 6, Unraveling.
Unraveling.
Oh, well. We met Mr. Grippers.
Ugh.
Can we turn it off?
Notifications, yeah, shut the hell up. Yep, so Mr. Grippers has been revealed.
I hate that so much.
Sunken in eyes, squirrely features,
Squirrely Mr. Gripper.
piercing black eyes, and long Goku hair, but not good looking Goku hair.
Yeah.
You use the term creature.
He is. a
How you
creature.
feeling about L?
Okay. I know we've already seen his design in the intro.
Yeah.
It looks so horrid. It's way worse. It's way worse than I would have expected.
Yeah.
Like,
He's gross, dude.
I don't know, when they showed him in the dark, and like, I know he was bare feet then too, and he was always sitting on the ground like just like kind of funny with his like knee up and his arm over his knee. I get that, but like, he also kind of had like, he had moments. I felt like his voice even sounded a little bit different.
Yep.
Like when he was alone in the room, he just kind of felt more Chad, if you will.
Yeah.
And now he's like, he is just very much like Discord user.
Yep.
In cell vibes.
Yep.
His greeting was so funny. He goes, "I'm Al," or whatever.
And then he just goes, "Bah!"
I would have killed you if I was Karen.
Yeah. It's like,
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, I get it. He's trying to like teach them in the moment, like, hey, like we need to be like super cautious. Don't be so forthcoming. Just to like, I could have been playing you guys the whole time.
Yeah.
But I enjoy him.
They seem to not be worried too much about his odd features, and we're listening quietly and humbly to the man lay out some of his plans he's been thinking recently on the Kira case personally. Told him he's gonna be doing solo interviews with them just to
clear them
off the list.
Yeah.
And also my voice cracked, but we've kind of drawn parallels between L and Light before you guys have in the past few episodes, but I mean, this was one of the big ones for L to just come out and basically say, we're the same one. We're the same person, basically. A little different opinions on what we consider justice and law.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, they both seem to be, like, of the same cloth, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, they just kind of both have similar personality traits and methodologies, I guess you could say. Their just belief system is just out of whack. But also, in fairness, I'd be curious what it would look like. Like, we don't know that much about L right now. I feel like we have a pretty good grasp on what Light is, or who he is as a person. But I'd be curious if, like, the shoe was on the other foot, like, how would that go? If he was given this ultimate ability, what would happen? Considering he basically does the same thing, he just doesn't kill the criminals. He hunts down, he does the detective work to hunt them all down, where, like, Light is kind of trying to like cover his tracks instead.
Yeah.
But I like the parallel between the two. It's very great. I don't like to lose either.
He's childish and he's gonna be aggressive in everything he does or whatever he does.
Just like me.
How do you know? Because I don't want to lose.
Because I'm childish and I hate losing too.
Yeah. He said he stepped up to every challenge he put his way.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Immediately, yeah. There was no... Well, that was the thing. It was like the first time when he showed his face, I was like, bro, like, he just baited you so hard into acting. Like, there was no hesitation. Because he had, I think Light overestimates his own place in the world. Because he feels like he's God, but he's not fully there yet.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite joys of this show, and you've already seen it, is every time he not necessarily gets duped, but whenever a challenge appears, the difference in his beautiful form, like decaying, and how he looks like when he learns that there's a new woman who's entered the chat that's going to be a contestant, and how he's just, the hair is over his eyes, he's completely like not gorgeous looking like a tentative L or Light. He is all of a sudden is this creature that is, you can read him very quickly now. All they need to do is turn around and look and bear witness to his crazy emoting faces.
Why is he skulking behind me all of a sudden? This is weird.
Light has the weirdest face in the show. L looks the weirdest in the show, but Light's facial expressions are to not miss.
They're unhinged.
Yes.
He is a monster of a human.
Yeah.
And Light and L both had little drawing boards, basically checking back through the past few weeks of progress, trying to figure out
where's the
process of
piece.
elimination. The common denominator that they might have overlooked. Light didn't think that anything would really happen, I don't think, but he was just making sure his tracks were covered, but there was a mishap that could track back, and I think they said in the episode that the lady showing up and having all that news was basically that version of an X Factor he couldn't account for.
That's what Ryuk said.
Ryuk picked up on.
Light was saying the only problem would be something that is completely not planned for. Completely out of left field. Like something he couldn't have possibly predicted. Like, of course, he couldn't predict that the one FBI agent that was tracking him out of 12 brought, like, you know, not broke protocol, but did something way out of character for a mission and brought his wife on board.
Yeah.
Well, that's surprising too. Light seems like such a genius, and L seems like such a genius, but you think you would. Well, Light's a little bit. Sorry, L is a little bit behind Light when it comes to figuring out which FBI agents to start looking into and who are involved with possible Kira. But Kira, having killed Ray Pember, you would think he would investigate Ray Pember a little bit more, like see.
You know, I mean, in fairness though, like, in what world would you think that foreign agents would be bringing over their spouse or significant other? Like, they wouldn't. Like, in any other situation, that would never happen except for, like, you know, a 1 in a million chance. And even, like, you know, I feel like sometimes I'm like, man, I want to keep up with the show and try and think, like, okay, if I'm L, how am I going to figure this out? The fact that now we don't have, like, the list of, like, you know, they have more information in the moment, but the fact that he looked at the dates and was like, okay, these people died then, these people died then. So it was like, clearly the FBI agents were all, it was within the first 5 days of them surveilling people. So whoever was being watched in those first 5 days, those are the people we need to worry about. So that even slimmed the pool down. Like, even though L self-proclaimingly has lost the battle every single time, he has kind of won every single battle. He's lost by the fact that people have died and they haven't caught him yet, but, like, every time it's like country, neighborhood, group of people, family members. Now only the family members who were investigated the first 5 days.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like the circle is closing in on Light, and he does not have a lot of wiggle room.
Well, we're getting pretty close to the closing of the gaps. So how do you think it's going to transpire, considering we are only down to a couple families with the FBI? We're only 6 episodes in.
I think ultimately they have to find proof.
Yeah.
Now, how do they find proof? I have no idea. That's the only thing. Like, how do they find proof that he's actually done it? Because the only thing that would prove that he was really involved, other than him being at that bus, like, if Light manages to get rid of this girl before she snitches at all, and praying that L doesn't figure out that she was involved, which I'm sure that in reality, Light's going to kill the girl, and L's going to find out that Ray Pember had a woman that was with him and that she also died. So that's going to tip him off. But I feel like even if that is done and all of the actual witnesses and people who can testify against, like, yes, Ray Pember said that he was involved in a bus crash and that also this kid was on the bus. Or, like, you know, that there was this group of people, they look at the video, they see that Light got on the bus. If they can't get to that specific, or even if they can get to that specifically, they're going to have to find like physical proof or like some type of an admission. So I feel like if anything, somebody's going to have to get close to Light. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like his dad tries to like fool him into admitting to it. Like if his dad gets told like, hey, by the way, your son is the murderer. Or does that mean L takes a really risky step and reveals himself to Light but tries to play it off like he's just a normal person, you know?
Yeah. Also, speaking on just like L and what he decides to give out to the public, we have a Ryuzaki name today.
Yeah.
That is now, don't call me L, call me Ryuzaki. So,
Which but I also think that could be the beginning of the play on it.
Yeah.
Because, okay, hold on. 2 things. 1, it's fucking wild that a high schooler helped them solve an insurance fraud criminal case.
I was like, excuse me, what do you mean he did that?
But the craziest part about that, it says, oh, so you're going to come on and help us with the Kira case? If they bring him on as a like, I don't know how far along in school he is. I mean, he said he's got finals coming up. I don't know, is he a senior? Like, is he going to graduate this year? I can't remember if they've, like, stated any of that. But if he graduates and then they bring him on as a detective to help in this situation, like, A, he'll be in the thick of it so he can try and lead them astray or pin someone else on it. But also, I feel like that could be a way to get L close to Light by being like, oh, we also signed on a new detective. This is Ryuzaki.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because they have a code name, like an established like identity for this dude, so he can then work with Light, and you know they end up becoming buddies. And it's like, I need to get him to tell me. I need to get him to prove, like, to admit that this is him. Because there's no way they're gonna be able to prove it. Because there's no. Other than the book itself and Light's admission, there's no way they're even... They could narrow it down to him and be like, it's gotta be him. But if he doesn't admit to it or they don't have the actual physical proof, like, they're not going to send him in jail or take him away.
Yeah. And it's basically being a detective against the supernatural.
Yeah.
How are you going to prove supernatural things are the reason for these situations? I think the only thing that L has even had anything to work off of is... Hey, do you know Shinigami like, or gods of death like apples?
Yeah.
And there was a moment he was like, is he telling it that they're real?
Yeah.
And that's where we left off with that little footnote.
But and even that too, it's like, if he manages to, what am I trying to say?
Learn about the supernatural.
Even if he manages to like get. That's the thing that's tough too, because even if he manages to get Light to admit to the supernatural part, everyone's gonna look at him and just be like, nah, this kid just wants attention. Like, you know when people come out like, someone is doing a bunch of murderers and they're like, I am Kira, because they want the credit, they want to be like of renown.
I think that happened the first 2 episodes. Random people were showing up like, hey, I'm Kira.
Yeah. And so here's the thing, is like, he's just gonna get swept up in that bullshit unless they find the book.
Yeah.
And if they do,
they're gonna blow up because there's a bomb in his drawer.
Or if they manage to get it and it's not blown up, they'll see Ryuk. But then no one's gonna. It's gonna be like all right, we gotta all damn ourselves for an eternity. Pass it all around so we can all witness that Ryuk is real.
Yep. Yeah, I love how the exchange played out when Mrs. Palmer ran into Light, and it's just like it feeds right into anything Light could possibly want to go his way when he's like, they offer him the Kira case. She's trying to find the group that is working for the Kira project, and here comes this guy that happens to be so intelligent, and also he might be so good that they're going to bring him on. Also, hey, my dad's the chief of staff, you should come with me. Like, we can be a little buddy-buddy. And it just sucks because she's the X factor now.
Yeah.
The one thing.
Because now the clue is in his hands and he could torch it immediately.
So, we'll have to see how strong her wits are and how good she is at maneuvering, being next to the devil himself.
Yeah. I'm with you. I love that Ryuk is like kind of with us and like trying to figure out the puzzle while it's unfolding in front of him. I really like that.
You're right saying he is the audience member. He's 100% the audience, because as of right now he hasn't contributed a whole lot other than a couple threats to Light saying that he'll kill him eventually one day.
I get to kill you.
And yeah, I can't wait because we're about to get into some of the episodes that I really love coming up soon. Trying to think if there's anything else to mention. Is there anything else?
Do you have anything to say, Captain Caleb?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm good.
The only other thing I'll say is, I don't know. The show is so much fun to me. I guess this is one thing we really haven't gotten to on our channel as much, except for like AOT and just trying to solve the puzzle of AOT. Yeah. I love solving puzzles, and I love like detective stories, or like I did enjoy like the crime TV shows. Some of them are a little cheesy, like the Law and Orders and stuff like that. But when they have really good episodes and it's really fun to like try and solve the mystery of who's the killer. I mean, like even as like childish as it was, like I liked Scooby-Doo when I was a kid too.
Scooby-Doo's lit, bro.
But like that same premise the whole way through, or like the Sherlock series with like Benedict Cumberbatch. Like it's just so much fun to watch a true genius put together or cover their tracks for what's going on. So I'm like having, this is probably one of my favorite series so far that we've done on the channel.
And I'm so hyped because we'll be talking and I'm remembering things that come up in the next few episodes, and like the layers are still just getting established. We're still so early into the show and we have so many good episodes to get to.
Like onions.
Yep.
I'm a damn onion.
Shrek style?
Yeah.
Onions.
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 Onions, they're layers. Guys, if you made it to this point, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so you can stick around for more of Death Note. You know the episodes we're going to be heading into. Get hyped. Stay tuned for them, and we'll see you in the next episode. Punch it.
Bam!